How's it going, Scrub Gamers? Welcome back to another video here at ScrubGames, and today we have a never in our previously in DBS series, which is where we go over the week's news in one good video at the end of the week. So say we're going by day, because especially with the Fusion World stuff, they're dropping the spoilers 2 a day, which is not great. But we've got a video at the end of the week, so you can see it all in one go rather than bit by bit. So for this one, we're going back with another bit of Fusion World spoilers because we've got reveals going on still, and they are trickling down because the set doesn't release until midway through August, and we're still midway through July. So we've still got a good time a bit for it, and there is a chance that they could reveal this the main bits people want to see, and then do a huge dump of the rest of the cards, which they did last set. But then we have to see how it goes. But if you're interested in the spoilers, stay tuned, and remember to like, comment, subscribe. Keep you updated with my videos as and when they drop, and also by clicking the notification bell, you get alerts to when my videos do drop, so you can watch them there and then, or a later time that suits you best. So now out of the way, let's go and check out what we got revealed in the last week. So, starting off with going by the color order, going from red down to black, because black is the new color. We got some cards revealed from red. So we got in red, we got a Never SR, so the third SR. So red is one of the colors that gets 3 SRs, because we remember before when we had sets, when we just had the 4 colors being red, blue, green, yellow, we had 12 SRs a set, and they were normally split evenly where each one had an even amount, which is 3 between the 4. But now with the 5th color, there is a little bit of a there's going to be some more for some than the others, and considering that black is a brand new color, it's most likely they're going to be it's most likely going to be in the SRs, or the extra SRs, because to catch up with the rest of the card pool, because it's kind of lacking being 2 sets behind. But we were always wondering if black's just going to get an extra 2 instead of just 1. Like if it's going to get 1, never color's going to get 1, leaving 2 colors have 3 and the rest have 2, or black get 4 while the rest of the colors have 2. But as you can see, red gets a 3rd SR and being a Jiren for the Jiren deck, which is pretty cool. And we also get a Belmont for the deck as well, be an interesting Never God card. And we've got an extra for red being It's Over. So we have Jiren being a Pride Trooper Universe 11 alongside with the extra card It's Over, and Belmont being a God of Destruction Universe 11. Now Jiren is a pretty nice SR and a very good one. I'm very happy for it for the deck, because I do want to try out Jiren, but then I had to have a reason to buy into red for myself. And it's a 4-cost 30k, so pretty solid stats, no combo power, but then does have a very strong effect with very good stats. Because that 4-cost of 30k is the highest you can get to, even with skillless. And it comes with a nice little permanent where this card can't be KO'd once per turn. So if it would be trying to be KO'd once a turn, either turn, then it isn't, which is pretty nice. And then you can use this activate battle during your opponent's turn once per turn, which is really nice. And that effect is a cost. Well, it does have a cost to take 1 damage, so you got to take 1 damage, which would also trigger the Jiren's leader as well, to kind of draw your card. And then if this card is in rest mode, you add the top card of your deck to your life. So you kind of take a damage and then heal yourself by replacing that card you just damage dealt to you with another card from your life. So essentially using with the leader to draw 2 cards, because you're attacking, or you're in battle, or your opponent's turn you're being attacked. You just use this effect to just what's in rest mode to take a damage. So then you take the damage, you draw a card off your leader. From when you take damage, draw a card. Then first you take a damage, then replace the top card of your deck, top card of your life with the top card of your deck, and then you basically draw a card from your lead because you're just taking the damage. So you basically use this as a way to draw 2 cards in your opponent's turn, where normally you couldn't draw. Before it was because it's quite interesting how when you awaken, you are on 25k lead, but then the effect you kind of draw is when you take damage, which you're then at 3 life, so you can take 2 life before dying, and then basically draw from those. That's 2 life. But then this is your way to give you more draw, to give you a big amount of hand advantage. Because not only that, you're 25k leader, so you're pretty bulky, and then drawing more cards, you need to have some way to draw, which normally 25k leaders just don't have a way to draw, or a very a non-easy way to draw, where you can't just swing the draw card. You've got to do some other kind of crazy thing, and this gives you a good way to do it here. And being solid stats, really, outside of blue, is not the easiest way to kind of remove this. Yellow currently can't really, they can't really KO, I think, 4 or more cards outside the Freezer Secret Rare. And then green, is only about KOing. Black's got some KOing and some bouncing. And then red's got negging, but 30k power is a big amount you need to neg. It can't be KO'd once per turn, even if they reduce the power of it. They still got to run over it twice. And it's just a really good card, really nice one for drawing, and depending if we get more good things for Jira, this could be a good reason to run the deck. Then we got Belmont being a 2-cost 20k with no combat power, like one of those weird god cards which seems, yeah, has no combat power but has like solid stats, but in a weird effect, because the effect is when attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 20k power or less, and it gets minus 15k power for the turn. So you're not really taking out something or minusing enough to kill something, and you've got restriction on your minuses, so you can't just minus anything by 15k. You've got to choose something that's got 20k power or less, so it's got to be, you can't be more power than 20k, so with 20k or less you get minus 15k power for the turn. So you can potentially take, actually, yeah, you can take out things from this, you can potentially remove things from this, but if it's stronger than 20k, it's not touching it, which is not great, because you kind of want to make sure you can hit everything. And then you got It's Over being a very nice extra, being a 2-cost extra. And sadly, it can no longer be reduced in cost because we no longer have Roshi unless we get like a replacement instead, which I don't think Bandai kind of thought ahead about that, about Roshi to do that. But it's an active main where if you have a battle card 30k power or more, you choose all your opponent's battle cards with 25k power or less and KO them. So if you've got, like, say, Jiren on board, you can knock out potentially all your opponent's battle cards with this extra, which is pretty nice. So those are the red cards. Then we're going to the blue ones. And for blue ones, we also got another SR. So we didn't have all the SR reveals, but we've seen all the other SRs. I think, yeah, we've seen all the SRs now, which is quite nice. And for blue, we get an SR in Videl, so a 2-cost 20k with 0 combat power. We got Mighty Mask being a skillless blue. Well, not skillless. Forget it's got a skill, but it's technically skillless because it's a 2-cost 20k, take a combo and just effect to kind of give it a different, like, extra characters. And then you got the field card Orange High School, which is a nice little field card for the blue Goku leader. So Videl being SR, it's quite nice. It's solid stats, like up to skillless levels, so good for its cost. 0 combat power, so it's, yeah, so you don't really have these clog in your hand, but it's got a very nice effect, including the gimmick of 7 fewer cards that blue has, which is when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, add up to one blue non-Videl card with a cost of 3 or less and Earthling in its special traits from your drop to your hand. So it's got that kind of Pilaf level effect where you can keep recycling things you dropped. But unfortunately, unlike Pilaf, you just got to play it. It's got one-time use, but you can recycle it or recycle itself. This one can't recycle itself because it's a non-Videl card, and it can grab you quite a decent array of cards, being a cost of 3 or less and Earthling. So restricted Earthling, restriction in hand as well, 7 fewer cards, and can't grab itself. So it's like a more balanced version of Pilaf that's got actually attack, which you might not always want to do rather than just being played and can recycle itself. And then, of course, we've got Mighty Mask, which also just is treated as Goten and Trunks Youth in all areas, be it hand, deck, life, blah, blah. So it's just more targets for the Gotenks and stuff. Then we got Orange Star High School being another one. Also, both Videl and Orange High School have the new Satan City traits. That's kind of like a kind of thing that's revolving around this new archetype for blue. And it's a field card, so it's a card you can have in your battle area for the Goku to always rest, so that way it can get that free 10k defensively when it's awakened. And it's got a pretty nice effect. We're actually main for 2. Place this card in its owner's drop. That's the cost. You've got to pay 2 and place it in your drop. You look at the top 3 cards of your deck and play up to one battle card with a cost of 4 or less and Satan City in its special traits, and then place the rest of the bottom of your deck in random order. So you get the kind of free placing 4 or less on top of your deck by paying 2, so you can place something out from the top of your deck for cheaper. And considering the Goku can always stack the top card of your deck when it attacks after awakening, you can always get it set up to play something you want. And there is the SR Gohan we saw from last week that you can play off it, which is quite cool. And it's a Earthling extra card as well, and it's a 1 cost. So once again, Pilaf can recycle this as well, so you can keep using this to play things cheaper from the top of your deck, which is pretty nice. And Pilaf can recycle that, which is cool. So that's blue. Then we go on to green, and the green has got some more Piccolo stuff. So we got some more good Piccolo stuff, that kind of reasons to actually play Piccolo, because for just the leader effect, it looked like why play it? Well, like, the leader doesn't have any benefit over the other ones, but we're starting to get more and more like cards again benefit. And we've got Bubbles as the way to kind of like start off with the Gregory's kind of like a little blocker chain, which was quite cool. We haven't seen the King Kai yet, but hopefully we'll see that soon. So Bubbles is the start of the chain, being a 1 cost 5k with 0 combo, add a blocker, and then when KO'd, play up to 1 Gregory with a cost of 2 from your hand. So it's from the hand, not from the deck, which is kind of better because that way, well, worse and better because it's not busted where you just have it on board and just it gets KO'd, get straight from what's on the deck, because it's not really shuffling from the deck, but it allows you to keep a blocker chain going, which is quite cool. And depending on what King Kai does, it could be relevant, could be worth it. But then With no common power means you don't reach stuck with these in your hand, but as soon as you do play them, you're going to play them out for the blocker. Then we've got the combo of the second SR for green being Piccolo, being 6-drop 30k, and also his kind of signature extra being Special Beam Cannon. So we've got Piccolo here, being a 6-cost 30k with combo power, being 5k. Also has a nice little effect where when he's KO'd, so if he is KO'd, you add a top card of your deck to your life, so if he's taken out by a KO, you get to heal yourself, which is pretty nice. And he's going to activate main once per turn if you have 8 or more energy during this turn. The next time you use an extra with a cost of 5 or less from your hand, you don't have to pay the cost. So that can be Special Beam Cannon, any extra. You can even potentially play a ramp extra if you wanted to, which is quite cool if you want to ramp more or don't have Special Beam Cannon, or if you want to use things like the extra card, Meteor of Destruction. No, Gigantic Meteor, that's the one. Can't remember exactly the names for some of these cards, but Gigantic Meteor, you can play this for free when swinging the Piccolo, which is cool, but most of the time you're going to be wanting to use it with Special Beam Cannon. Special Beam Cannon fits within this because it's a 5-cost extra, and it's a pretty nice one, because you have to activate main is choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it, so straight up removal of anything, which before the only way you could really do that was by Broly or Cell, and Cell came at a cost of losing 3 of your energy, and Broly was an 8-cost that had 0 combo power. But this is an extra 5-cost. That is, you choose any of your opponent's battle cards and KO it, and then if you have 8 or more energy, you choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards, get 30k power for the turn. So this could be pairs very nice with the Piccolo leader, because it gives a huge, it removes something and it gives a huge boost to your opponent, to your leader. So if they do take damage, it's more likely to push for damage, because then it's a lot stronger, being a 50k base leader before combos. And if it does damage where you have 8 or more life energy, then you get to restand and then swing again. It's pretty nice there, and also just instant removal. Instant removal is one of the main things for it. It pairs very nice with Piccolo here. So that is the green stuff, pretty nice. Giving them more of a reason to play Piccolo, and we got more stuff that come next week. Hopefully we see more things coming. And then we got yellow cards. So we got the last of the yellow SRs. Once again, we saw all the SRs for this set now. And we've got here, we got Pui Pui and Vegeta as the battle cards, and then Final Explosion. So we got Vegeta as our SR. Pui Pui is another one of those Wicked Soul cards you play off Majin Buu, and then Final Explosion being a very nice extra for yellow. So Pui Pui is a 2-cost 15k with 10k combo, a blocker as well, just like we saw with, I can't remember if it was Deborah, I think it's Deborah. And then you got an on-play where you can use one field card with a cost of 2 or less in your opponent's battle area and place it in his own as drop. So 3 sets in, we've got some field hate. So this way is a kind of combat like the fields, like the, well, not all the fields, but you got the field in red, and you got the field in blue. So those 2 cards, like the green fields, like Jiro's Lab and Sarina, you can't hit those because they're higher than 2 costs, but the other ones, one is in blue and one's in red, then you can hit those. So that's pretty nice, like a little tech as well you can have. And yeah, pretty nice one you can play in the Majin Buu deck. Then you got Vegeta being the yellow SR, 4-cost 25k with 5k combo, pretty nice. And then activate main once per turn. You can choose one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and KO it, then switch this card to active mode. So I like how they're not putting dual attack in this game, because there's a load of issues with like dual attack, like when things trigger, like when the effect itself triggers, when certain stuff happens, stuff like that, and it got really confusing because people just couldn't understand it. It was simple enough, but some people just didn't understand exactly when, and like people like to delve into rulings and be very nitpicky about stuff. So they kind of just went, yeah, we're not going to have dual attack. We'll have double strike and stuff like that, like strike skills, but we're going to get rid of the dual attacking instead, just make them into effects like autos and activate mains to just be able to trigger. So instead of giving cards dual attack like a keyword, they just put basically like double attacking, like dual attack stuff into effects. And very nice on this. Be on the remove sign, giving some more removal to yellow, which yellow kind of lacks on removal. They got lots of kind of locking things down, but less removal. And putting it onto an SR like this just pops something quite restrictive, because it's 3 costs or less, and it has to be in rest mode, so very strict on the yellow's kind of removal. But at least we got some removal, and also you get 2 attacks like this, which is very nice. And once again, remember as well, is even if you don't like Chaos Oaks, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. You have to choose it. You can choose 0, and then still switch to active mode, which is very nice there. Then you've got Final Explosion being a 3-cost extra, and with the effect is activate main, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with cost of 3 or less, switch to rest mode, and then choose up to 2 of your opponent's rest mode battle cards with cost of 4 or less and KO them. Now, this already looks like a way to kind of remove Jiren, but once again, Jiren can't be KO'd once a turn. So if you have to use 2 of these to kind of remove cheering without needing to attack into it, or use this and then to attack into it to make sure you can then run over it. So this is pretty nice, being able to switch all your opponents like low cost stuff. So especially when you go against like things like red and stuff, where they go low cost board, where they try out stuff really cheap and then go like ham with a board. This is a way to kind of rest them all, or even rest ones that have loads of blockers, KO them, and rest them all so you can attack into them and then KO some of them, which is cool. So that's all the yellow cards. Then we've got only 2 slides left, being of the black cards. So we got, first of all, we got the black cards from set. We got some of the black cards from the set, not for the starter decks. We still haven't even seen all the starter deck stuff yet. We've seen most of the starter deck, but not all of it, because Bandai do that sometimes where they don't reveal all the cards in the set in the starter decks for Fusion World, and then just carry on. Like they start revealing the starter deck stuff, and then halfway through, a quarter way through it or a third of the way through it, just went, let's start off with the set 3 instead. So we got some of the set 3 cards being free cost Gohan, and then an extra card of 10 times Kamehameha. So Gohan's a pretty nice one. Free cost 20k with 10k combo, and an on play where if you have an energy marker, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards which cost a 3 or less and KO it. So Black's kind of identity is all around the energy marker, and then dipping into a load of things with it, because it covers, like, it does a little bit what Green wants to do with Ramp by constantly being able to renew the energy marker, which is really cool. They've also got some bouncing back to hand stuff to mimic blue. They've got KO stuff as well to mimic green, and they've also got something else as well. I can't remember exactly what, but they've got a fair few things that kind of mimic stuff in the other colors built into their own identity, and their own identities around having an energy marker. So it's quite a cool effect, quite good effect, decent costing with their with power as well, and combo power, pretty nice one there. And then we got 10 times Kamehameha, being a 1 cost extra with an activate main effect, which is choose one of 2 options. You can either choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and KO it, so kind of move little things. Or if you remove an energy marker to use this card, you can choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 3 or less to KO them. So you can KO something like 2 or less, or if you pay the energy marker, you can hit 2 things, and then the cost of them goes up a bit. So you can get some more higher costing cards, like 2 higher costing cards, if you use a marker. If you don't, you just pop 1 2 cost or less target. Not only that, we've got the last 2 SRs. We've got the last SR from the starter deck, which they kind of revealed one but didn't reveal the other. And all starter decks have 2 SRs in them. And then the other SR for black. So for the SR for black in the set 3, we've got Pan GT. So 2 cost 20k, so pretty good curve. And also most of the time you'll see is there's some the art on the SRs full art as well. They could fully out there, which is quite cool. And it's got a nice little on play to give you some soft awakening, where add up to 1 card from your hand, so you've got a way to self awaken. And it's got a really nice when attacking effect, just by paying 1 you can draw cards. That just on itself is pretty nice. Just when attacking longer it stays in more, you can pay 1 to draw. And then if you remove an energy marker for this skill, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 4 or less and return it to his owner's hand. So a bit of blue put into it, but then a nice little bit of draw power, make use the energy marker, and then you can always get the energy marker back. So you've got things like this Kakarot here. 1 cost for the other SR for the starter deck, being a 1 cost one where on play you can place 1 card from your hand at top or bottom of its owner's deck, and if you don't have an energy marker, you can gain an energy marker. So you've got to sacrifice a card in hand by putting it on top and bottom of your deck, but then you get to gain an energy marker, which is pretty nice. And it's only got 2 power because it's kind of thematic and got that kind of flavor where when Goku was born or made, whichever. He only had a power level 2, and it's still got 5k combo as well, so it's kind of thematic and kind of flavorful in the power of the card, but then it's still a pretty nice one. And that is all the reveals for this last week. So that once we said we're only getting a few, 2, sometimes we get 3 a day for the reveals. So Bandai's still going very slow with it, very trickle down, and we're basically still a month away from the set's release. So still hopefully get some reveals ramp up a bit. We'll see the set before, or just get a massive dump of cards like Bandai did with the last one. So that's it for me to see. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.